Welcome to Secret Identity. I'm your host, the best there is at what I do, and what I do is scare women. I'm Troy Bond. With me is
your co-host, and what I do is be very myopic and fail my eye tests, Brent Birnbaum.
That was very specific and vulnerable, almost instantly without hesitation. I feel like you say that on speed dates.
Excuse me, my name is Brent. I'm very nearsighted.
Hence the
yeah.
Just want to get that out of the way. That was very instant ramen. That was good.
I have a thyroid condition.
And you will not see me go to the bathroom because I have severe IBS.
She's not Rogue, but she does sound like an X-Men. Slater Harrison.
Hey.
Well, if you could have a mutant power, what would it be?
Invisibility, I think.
Why?
Actually, no.
That makes you sound like a freak.
Yeah. I just totally gave away my peeping Tom.
Yeah, it starts to. It goes if stuff.
Hello, Nick's locker room.
We are going over today one of my favorite Wolverine books ever. Old Man Logan.
Ooh,
2000, whenever this came out. 2000s.
2008, 2009.
Yeah, during the recession, which just made the whole time even more unbearable for everybody. What do you like about this book? What is this? What do you like about it?
I like this book because it's almost Marvel doing what DC normally does. So I feel DC, as we've mentioned before, they're at their best when they go into the Elseworlds. That's not to say there aren't good DC proper stories like Court of the Owls, but it's mainly better.
The only time they really do it is What If.
Yeah, Marvel really doesn't go in, with the exception of the Ultimate Universe, but even that, they just created their own universe from that.
They just restarted it, and it wasn't like they did what they did with this book, which was kind of the memeable thing, like direct to Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi and have him be older.
Yeah.
You know, like that's always the meme. They did probably their darkest story. Every time I read a panel of it, like Ultimatum, people say is graphic. Every page of this, I was like, I forgot about this. My goodness.
Well, I noticed because this is written.
Jesus wept.
I'm going to try to be like Wolverine in the 90s show and not swear. And just have ridiculous words for curses. Like, I just want to paddle my boat up your stream.
Wolverine, you can't say that.
I could say whatever I want to, you sightless owl. It's working. I'm becoming smarter. What are you laughing at? You couldn't vote till the 20s. Pretty thing to look at.
Wolverine, you can't speak to Rogue that way. She's a valued member of this team.
I'm going to turn the volume up to whatever I want to. And that's not the other thing. I'm going to be sticking up, if you know what I mean, bub.
Professor, Wolverine threatened to sodomize me again.
Why do you think he's in a wheelchair? Because he
Why do
couldn't
you
keep his
sound
mouth
like a
shut.
retired mob boss?
I'm not. I was trying not to do the 90s. What are you doing, you egg-sucking piece of trash?
Don't let him sodomize me, my X-Men.
I could do whatever I want to. I am the town that God burned down because they were having butt sex, bub. Continue with your history behind Logan and the darkness, the comparison between... This is Marvel's first DC comic.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's an Elseworlds, essentially, and I feel like this paved the way to other Elseworld-type stories that Marvel did, like Spider-Gwen. And the writer is Mark Millar, who I feel like when we talk about top writers of certain eras, like of the 60s, you're thinking like Lee and Kirby. And when you're talking about the 80s, 90s, you're thinking like Alan Moore, Frank Miller. And then when you're thinking... McFarlane, absolutely. J.M. DeMitis. And then when you get to the early 2000s, you're thinking Brian Michael Bendis, you're thinking Grant Morrison, and you're thinking Mark Millar.
You're not thinking Lena Dunham.
You're definitely not thinking Lena Dunham.
Or Billy Tim Johnson.
Or Ray Ravenson.
Both bad decades for those guys. Let me tell you, I understand why you stopped doing their impression. And you can't find, you know what I looked up the other day about, what were their names again?
Billy Tim Johnson?
Yeah, I looked them up. Can't find a single thing on the internet.
Me neither.
Completely scrubbed.
They went really incognito.
I don't know what happened, but they were hauling oats at one point.
Yeah, they truly were.
I'm really sorry about that.
I know.
They were selling out Radio City.
I didn't introduce you, by the way. Not
they
Rogue, but
were.
Slater Harrison.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's
Slater,
me.
much better name than Rogue.
Yeah.
Rouge.
Voulez-vous coucher à la voix? Explain the rest of C'est whatever Brent is about to.
Moulin Rogue. That's going to be
Moulin
my
Rogue,
name.
yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Mark Millar, if you look at this guy's track record of books that he's published, it's unreal.
What's on the list?
The Ultimates.
Ugh.
Red Sun.
Son of the Superman story.
The Superman story,
Son
the
of
Soviet
Red.
Superman story.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Over there, they just call that Putin. Civil War. Yeah, the
Old Man
first
Logan,
one.
obviously. Yeah, the first Civil War.
Old Man Logan. This is before Civil War.
That's right. Old Man Logan was published after Civil War, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a great sequel because Wolverine had some great stories in Civil
He
War.
did.
Spider-Man had the best one, but Wolverine
Spidey's
had
story's
really great stories.
The Spidey Jonas stuff in Civil War,
best.
so good.
The best.
You know what else? Kick-Ass. He did Kick-Ass.
Oh, wow.
And Kingsman.
Whoa, this dude has had a
Kingsman
run.
was crazy.
Uh-huh.
Kick-Ass too. I saw that you put that down. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
both times he wrote these. Matthew Vaughn directed movies written by Mark Millar.
Wow, man.
Or the comics written
Well,
by
you
Mark
want to work
Millar.
with people that you know how they work with. Look at James Gunn. The reason, or a big reason why his movies work is because he knows how to direct actors who he knows personally.
Yeah.
He knows what they can and can't do.
Absolutely.
And Mark Millar knows how to put stories in universe so well that he could do an Elseworld like this and still make it perfect.
And because he's a great comic book writer, he's got weird things that he puts in his comic books. Like the way we talk about how like Alan Moore is great, but there's a lot of gratuitous violence in them.
Well, this book is basically the Bible. There's no gratuitous
Well, that's what
violence.
I'm saying. If you read, like, Mark Millar loves putting in incest and cannibalism.
Yeah, we got both of those
Yeah.
pretty heavy in this book.
And the Ultimates is the same way. I was just like, why is there so much incest? Why is there so much cannibalism?
Mark Millar likey what he see.
Yeah.
It's these Scots, man.
I hope he didn't grow up with siblings.
No, he probably ate them.
He grew up
in
with
utero.
He grew up with step siblings.
Even worse, he got them stuck in the dryer himself. It was like a mousetrap.
Oh gosh.
He had a piece of cheese with a box and a string with a stick, and as soon as they grabbed it, boom, stuck in the dryer.
That's an elaborate setup.
No
what
more
a trap.
stepmom. Hey, it's a kink. That's why he became a comic book writer. He knew how to create a world that did
Yeah.
not exist.
I know,
Yep.
that's why they never let him direct.
not
It was just
exist.
like
Thank
70s
God.
porno.
Yeah, they were like, we don't need another Bryan Singer on our hands. I'm glad that guy was not in charge of directing people in tights. 'Cause there are too many shots of Elliot Page running around in that movie. And it's really just shots of people running away from Bryan Singer on the set
Seriously.
of Children of the Corn. But anyway, continue.
That's why Bryan Singer cast Kevin Spacey as the lead in Usual Suspects. It's
Yeah, you know, it's because he usually is. Much like he was in that movie. Kaiser
Sose.
Kaiser say, what was it?
Kaiser Sose.
Kaiser Sose, shut the fuck up, but we won't talk about this for 14 years. Kaiser's so gay now, I can get away with what I did.
Let me
Sorry.
stoke this fire.
Yeah, I don't care. What's he gonna do? Well, probably kill me. He's powerful.
is.
Anyway,
Kevin Spacey?
yeah, he's
Yeah, no, I'm saying, remember he did that weird commercial with the fire? Like
Let
he
me
was
be
like
frank.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're like, it's basically
dealt with
him.
your kind before, bub.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the villains basically banded together and realized the only way we're going to stop the heroes is if we start a band and
Partridge Family
go after all
style.
of them. That's where this basically starts, right?
Yes.
And we'll do your explanation in a second. I just want to go over the first thing I want to go over is the map of this
Yes.
country.
Oh, dude,
Because
yeah.
it's the
So
villains
great.
won, and part of their agreement is they all get a piece of the pie. So they divide the United States into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, 6 quadrants. Starting on the West Coast, you have Seattle and Portland, which they don't rename because Portland is bad enough as it is. You have Hulkland, formerly known as the Abomination's territory. Abomination was not in the story. I can guess what happened to the Abomination.
Your boy's hungry.
You've got Sacramento, Reno, Carson City, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Speaking of Abomination, am I right? That's where Harvey Weinstein lives. This is actually his whole quadrant. And
This is
San
his
Diego,
blueprint.
which was already a zoo, so not much has changed. All of that is Hulkland. The Kingdom of the Kingpin. Bit redundant, if you ask.
Do they say who the Kingpin is in this, or he's just
He's
a
the
guy?
Kingpin.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
but he's
Kingpin.
just some guy. Like he's not Fisk. Like he's just some other Kingpin.
He's Marcellus Wallace.
He looks like Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah, he kind of does.
In the
Does he look like a bitch?
Dude, the amount of bitches they drop in this were so
Seriously.
great.
And that he has the Midwest, so he has Boise, Salt Lake City, which he renames Fisk Lake City, Cedar City, the Champions, Hammer Falls, and Phoenix, which nobody touched because it's an open carry state, and even the villains couldn't fuck with them. You have the middle of the country, Denver, where weed is legal, and this was 2003, so imagine how progressive that was. Who has the Midwest? The Midwest isn't owned by anybody. It's just kind
It's
of
no man's land.
No one wants Chicago.
Oh, it's the no. The Skull is the West Coast. Yeah, no.
The Skull's the East Coast.
Yeah, Skull's the East Coast. Yeah. Chicago is Doom, and Doom's not in this book much because nobody fucks with Doctor Doom.
He's like in for one panel.
He's in for one panel. Exactly.
What was the point of that?
Because to show nobody fucks with Doctor Doom.
Dude, it was like boom, boom, and I was like, what are we
Doom
gonna
is just
get?
like, give me Minneapolis. I will live there by myself. Like Prince, if you come and fuck with me, I will not. It'll be the end of you.
And Doom
but
goes
the most. He's not even the most terrifying villain up there. The most terrifying villain is Dwight. And you all, Chicago is
Dwight is terrifying.
Dwight is the scariest being.
The little Ant-Man guy.
Yeah. Chicago is.
He's so like.
He's so creepy.
Yeah.
Because he has the Ant-Man
the
helmet.
troll guy.
Yeah, and King Hawkeye is like, no, Dwight don't fuck around. He was gonna kill us with a million ants.
But like, where else have you seen that?
No,
happened?
I can't remember. He's
You
just a kid who probably
He's just like a new character.
Well, like not long after that, we see Pym Falls, which is where Ant-Man died. So I'm assuming he found Ant-Man's helmet, learned how to control the ants, and that's how a kid that age has learned to survive in the apocalypse. I were to put my thinking cap on, which I have.
You look like Peter Griffin when he's typing with his long nails.
Oh, yeah.
And what else?
And what's the rest of this part of the country? Hey, Peter, stop doing
Hey, Peter.
In
Thank you.
The Indianapolis, Detroit area, this is we have
Eminem's
Osborne
territory.
City, where Norman Osborn is doing Norman shit, putting his wave cap on and not being a good dad, probably. I don't know. Red Skull lives in the East Coast, which is Buffalo, Charleston. You have,
And he's in the White House.
He's in the White House. You have the Lizard King, which is where Ron DeSantis lives in Florida. You have Pym Crossing and New Babylon, which the story is.
And Paste Pot Pete got like an area.
Where did?
He got some at
Who got area?
Paste Pot Pete.
Oh yeah. I saw that. It's not on this map, but it's in one of the later chapters.
How the hell did he get an area?
Same way Dwight got an Ant-Man helmet, man. You just don't ask questions. There's Hulks who fuck each other and eat. I'm not asking questions. So I just wanted to go over the map and
No,
set the
it's a good call.
circumstances from things have gotten so bad that these guys have taken over the country, and Red Skull is essentially the president who has taken all his Hydra agents and made them the government goons.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the main character of Old Man Logan is
Logan.
I knew you were gonna pick up on that. So Logan is the titular.
Frank can't even say tits.
I know. After they called me hot, my mind went elsewhere.
He's sweating for other reasons now. We've lost him.
The titular character is now an older man who has vowed never to use his claws again. Something traumatic happened to Logan. We don't know what it is.
Happens to a lot of guys.
Happens to a lot of us. When you hit a certain age.
Whiskey claws.
When you hit a certain age. So he's settled down. He's got a wife. He's got 2 kids. One of his kids is named Scott, which is interesting.
Pilgrim?
No, instead of saving the world, he is what's on Brent's head. You need to stop doing that while I'm thinking. It's hard to edit.
You accidentally did a Norm McDonald.
It's called thinking.
I know, but it was just funny. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Take 2.
No. Back to Brent.
Back to me.
And back to Matt. And now back to me.
Here's a cut. Watch this. Which is named after Cyclops.
Cyclops, exactly. Yeah. So next main character is Hawkeye. So he's Logan's companion on the journey. He's now blind, but he's still a sharpshooter. He's kind of like...
both with an arrow and his mouth.
Yeah, seriously. And, dude, when he uses the sword, too...
Yo... Yeah, badass.
Yo.
That was yo, Mr. White.
Yo.
Oh my God, I'll be your bitch.
He's like Donnie Yen in Rogue One or John Wick 4, where he's
Are you kidding me? I'm blind.
He's like so deadly, but if you have to be silent because like if he hears anything, like
yeah.
And he's actually blind. He's not like Matt Murdock blind. Matt Murdock's like, I'm blind, but you know I have radar, so I can basically
I'll pay
see.
$500 to drive.
I'm blind, but I can see through things. That's how blind I am.
And I can smell your bullshit.
Hawkeye's great though because even though he's blind, the other senses just heighten.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
His smell. He's like, I can smell the animal in you still. Like,
I can smell Peter Parker's daughter.
Yeah, which is a weird sentence to say, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a few years.
Porkers.
Yeah, Peter Parker's older than Clinton Barton.
We were trying. I couldn't figure this out for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I had to come and ask her what the fucking deal is with that. But anyway, continue what we're saying.
I'm assuming Peter died the night all the heroes died, and he must have had a.
That's what I'm assuming too, but not with Mary Jane, right? Because Tanya's not.
I'm gonna guess Glory Grant.
That's
my guess.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about Lori. My bad.
Glory.
What?
Gloria.
Raise your daughter.
What song was that?
Gloria.
Gloria. I think I got your number.
Peter Parker.
Parker.
If they even got your alias that you've been living under. Or is it something mysterious with a spell on the head? Called you Peter Parker.
Gloria.
Wow, we should go to Eurovision.
We should go to Eurovision.
That's a crazy response to anything.
We should participate and represent the U.S.
We're coming for you. If Daft Punk
this is our group. We're dressed like this and we're
going like this, no explanation. And just go, we're here.
We're
here to do this. We'd be accepted. I think we'd be in the races.
Bub.
The
next two characters,
yes.
Hulk. So he's the leader of a brutal gang ruling over part of the wasteland where Logan lives, the Hulk gang, and he's become this,
real original.
Yeah, really. Yeah, he's become this total hillbilly because he fucked She-Hulk, and they have just this weird incestuous family. They call him Poppy Banner.
Yeah, once you go Hulk, you don't.
The
go
Hulks
back.
have eyes.
The Hulks have eyes. And lastly, the Red Skull, the president of the United States in this dystopian future.
He's a scary dude.
He is. He's a Nazi.
I just picture the rest go, have you seen Captain America? Let me just say, this guy acted a lot like Captain Mexico. I saw him. I kicked his ass. I beat the hell out of him. 80-year-old guy, too old to be Captain America. He should step down from being Captain America.
Pretty weak weapon that he's using. Who uses a circle?
You have a shield. I go, what the hell are you doing with that? I'm glad to see he's dropped out of Captain America, and now we have Sam Wilson, who I will easily beat in the race. Sam Wilson, born in Kenya. Did you know that? That was Orange Skull.
Orange Skull.
Sorry, just trying to keep it.
Check it out.
I'm thinking next
theater.
week's news.
It's like a slam poetry session. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, don't wind up the dog.
I'll be here all week.
I literally will.
Yes.
I thought we took care of this Red Skull fellow. It's best for what he is.
Hey, Bobby, have that Red Skull eliminated.
Jack had the same girlfriend as him.
And by eliminated, I mean have him work for the government.
We got to figure out how to get to the moon.
We will put the Red Skull on the moon by the end of the decade.
Also, smoking is bad for you. The Nazis told me that too.
Who would have thought?
Come get in my
Who would have thought? Not.
Who would have thought Nazi?
You ever look at a Marlboro case really close? Kind of looks like a Nazi sign.
A what?
A Marlboro case.
Marlboro?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I have this thing.
You're gone.
I can't hear.
You're gone.
Quite well.
It's over.
I lost the hearing. I lost it in my left ear.
I was reading.
This Red Skull guy, he's problematic. You see, in my day, we fought the Nazis. So Logan lives a peaceful life with his family.
It starts so interesting.
I know, this book does not start how you think it's going to
It literally just starts him living on a farm.
Yeah, it's peaceful. You're reading it like, good for you, Logan.
Yeah.
And then you just
he's
see a fucking
He's just a guy trying to make rent.
Yeah, he's just a guy making rent. I mean, his rent...
I don't know what to do. Your money's in Bob's house, and Bob's money's in Fred's house. We don't have enough money for the rent.
Yeah, but fucking he's got some cheap-ass rent, dude, because if $500 is going to solve all his problems.
They're going to close the savings and loan.
We also live in a very expensive city. You know, this isn't in Sacramento, but like, who runs Sacramento? Who runs the West Coast?
Hulk. I
think it's hillbilly land.
I just figured it was deflation.
Oh yeah, that too, because there's no Federal Reserve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I didn't think about what the economy.
Ben Bernanke is just a character in this, just running the Federal Reserve.
Rupert Murdoch.
I'm a reporter.
Quiet life. He's roommates with Martin Shkreli. The price of super soldiers.
Steroids. You got to get them across the border.
You've got to. We're going to raise the price of those who need it.
Logan can't pay his rent, and so the Hulk's like grandchildren who are hillbillies come in, they beat him up. Logan has like a vision. He's like, he wants to take them down, but he just takes the beating.
Yeah, worst landlords ever.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what every landlord does, but they just do it physically.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's definitely a level of abuse.
You pay me rent.
I would rather them.
You'll get your rent when you fix this goddamn door.
He's actually a good boy.
I just wanted to see if you wanted some cake.
Rent?
Take out your garbage for a week.
I hear like rat.
Those were all exclusively Spider-Man 3 quotes.
Mr. Ditkovich.
Who gave you a key?
There was like a meme for like No Way Home. It was like the one Spider-Man that didn't make it, and it was like Mr. Ditkovich put the thing off the mask. Where's rent?
You want forgiveness? Get a better podcast.
I'm gonna rub dirt in your
I'm
eye.
gonna rub dirt in your eye. Please, God, kill Peter Parker. The rent.
Logan can't make rent. He gets the shit beaten out of him, so he gets a visit from his friend Clinton Barton, one of the few surviving heroes. Clinton's now blind, but he gives Logan a mission. He's like, "Hey, I need someone to look at a map for me as I drive across country because I am blind."
I'm blind.
There's no way of reading a map.
Yeah, he's like Ben Urich in Daredevil. Like, I'm a reporter.
Yeah.
He's like, "Did you know I'm blind?"
Yeah,
I think
you,
about
never bring it up.
Anchorman. You know when Ron Burgundy does that and he's blind in the second one? He's like, I'm blind. You would know. No, you wouldn't because I'm blind.
I'm blind.
He does fall back on that quite a lot, but he's a badass.
Yeah, it's
so
like in Talladega when he like can't feel his legs.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm paralyzed.
Yo, doesn't Hawkeye say something about Xavier too? About him not being able to walk? He's like, he's faster on his feet.
Charlie Xavier was faster on his feet
Yeah.
than you.
Oh, epic. Okay.
And so
You can make those jokes in the 2000s.
yeah. It was a crazy time,
This is
early
when,
2000s.
by Usher came out.
it's not like any of us made a joke
Everyone
about
was-
beating up Charles Xavier.
Yeah, everyone was making public confessions. That was a good time.
These are my confessions. Just when I thought I killed all of the villains, turned out it was a trick by Mysterio.
That's a spoiler for later in the episode.
Yeah, just for future reference, if you watch an episode, read the goddamn book first.
Yeah, read the GDB.
So issue 66 ends with
Issue 66.
What is thy bidding, my master? So issue 66 ends with Hawkeye and Logan. They're going on a road trip
Oh, yes.
In
love
what?
that.
in the Spidey buggy.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question about
Yes.
that. How does he get that?
Spider-Man.
Where'd
has
it come
a-
from?
It was
in
a-
a gambling game.
Oh, they
The
say
way
that
Lando
at the
won the
Yeah.
Han won the
quickly,
Falcon.
right? Yeah, but I was wondering if there was
Who did he
any-
win it from?
I don't
I don't
know.
remember either.
Yeah, it was a very ill-fated writing decision, the Spidey buggy. It's from the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So,
dope. It can do.
oh, I love it in this. I just like
Yeah.
it, but they never really use it in Spider-Man comics after this because it was considered corny. But in this, it kind of works.
Oh yeah, no, it works. I would jump in a Spidey mobile. No
It
questions
just looks
asked.
dumb if Spider-Man's in
Want
it,
some
'cause you're
candy?
Like, you can shoot web. Got that part out.
I'm sorry.
It just looks dumb in the comics because you're like, you shoot webs. Why does he need AAA?
Because it could go off cliffs. It's crazy.
So can Spider-Man. He can climb walls. And it stops at cliffs.
Yeah, but they both put their pants on one leg at a time.
That has nothing to
I
do
know
with
it
climbing
didn't.
walls.
I was just really hoping to get out of it.
You were pitting
I
it
slowly
together the whole
reversed.
time, and then you gave me a compromise.
Yeah,
I
it wasn't-
put my pants on one leg at a time, but when my pants are on, I make gold-plated records.
I thought I went into sport mode and I just put it in reverse.
Yeah,
That's
you did.
crazy.
Reverse, Terry. Move us
All
forward.
right,
bro.
Move us forward,
let's
baby.
Get this and drive again.
Issue 67. So Logan and Hawkeye are traveling through the
Hawkeye.
wastelands. Should we also acknowledge that Hawkeye's the one driving?
Yes. He's like, just warn me about potholes in the desert.
He's like, get off my back!
You mean bodies, boss?
Don't tell me what I can't do!
A lot of problems in those holes in the desert. A lot of people get buried in those holes.
Yeah. Did I say pothole?
I met
meant the
6
opposite.
children.
So they're ambushed by a biker gang based around Ghost Rider called the Ghost. the Ghost Riders.
Whoa.
Can you believe it?
Fucking blown.
It's like Nick Cage.
You set my brain, Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, these are my disciples.
Did you ever watch that movie?
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, of course. Sam Elliott was in it.
And even
Yeah,
Mendez.
Sam Elliott
He had a
was the
mustache.
original Ghost Rider, right?
He was the original Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He was a
That was
cowboy.
I
such
forgot
a
the second
random
one, but the
movie.
first one was good.
Randall, Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
Who's the villain in the second one?
Villain was Satan.
As is for
Satan sheets.
Satan.
Satan in the Sheets.
So soft.
or the son of Satan. I don't remember.
Satin.
Yeah, it was some bullshit.
Yeah, some
but
bullshit.
He was good as Ghost Rider.
He was great. I'm sure we'll get him in Secret Wars.
Ghost Rider.
He's good at. He was
If we got him
great.
as Superman, we'll get him in Secret Wars.
He was great in Kick-Ass too.
Yes, he was.
Dude, he
The
was such a
dad.
badass in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Big
He was
Daddy?
Mortez's dad.
Yeah.
Big Daddy, yeah.
Big Daddy.
All right.
So the Ghost Riders do
Yes,
what?
the Ghost Riders. So they were.
We had to get Brent on.
Yeah, you had to.
What do the Ghost Riders do, bub?
What do they do? They ride ghosts.
They're basically just like the band. They're
They're
like
on fire.
fire.
Like Brent.
The Ghost Riders, they're like a motorcycle gang. They're kind of like the gangs that are going up in New York right now. They steal everything.
Yeah, they're Sons of Anarchy.
They're Sons of Anarchy. They're gonna steal the Spider-Mobile, and Logan does nothing to fight against them. Hawkeye's like, you really are useless because he made a vow.
Remember, Carrie made a vow.
But Clint didn't think he was legit
Clint
making the
didn't
vow.
think he was serious.
Yeah.
He's like, you ain't telling the truth, dog. Help me. Help me. Help me.
But Clint doesn't need the help. He just kills them all.
No, he's like, keep making noise,
yeah.
bitches.
It was dude, this scene is so cool.
But there is a point where Wolverine goes, you're so goddamn useless, Hawkeye.
No, I laughed during that part. He's like, he goes, where are we? He goes, I'm blind. He goes, you're fucking useless.
Bitch about it some more.
Which,
Pussy.
isn't that pretty problematic to say that to a blind guy?
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he get like a little seeing eye hawk?
Because there's no Twitter yet. Oh, why isn't he get a seeing eye hawk?
Yeah, like a
I don't know.
service
That's
bird.
he has one. His name is Logan right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you get like major Oliver Queen and Dark Knight Rises vibes from Hawkeye in this?
Oliver Queen
Green Arrow.
in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Oliver Queen / Dark Knight Rises. Green Arrow wasn't
like
in Dark Knight Rises.
Oliver Queen. You know how
The
Green.
Christopher Nolan movie?
No. Sorry, you're right.
Dark
I misspoke.
Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yes, big
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. And also Kingdom Come. Oliver Queen sort of
totally.
had the same disposition. Yeah, that's a good point. I had that subconsciously. I wasn't even thinking of that, but that's sort of what I was basing this model off of. And when I was talking to Slater about how you read comics and what voices do you hear, I was like, well, right now for Hawkeye, I'm hearing Billy Bob Thornton. For I forgot who I said I heard for old
For Wolverine, you're hearing
J.K. Simmons.
Barry Gibb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wolverine is Barry Gibb.
I told you I ain't never gonna use these clothes again. After what I did to my friends, they're not staying alive. I put that life behind me on Mysterio. I lost my brother. Talk about Sabretooth. Talk about Project X and Animanium. Blaming it all on Professor XX. Talk about Cyclops. Talk about killing Jubilee. Jubilee. Eileen's in Jubilee. I killed her.
After Hawkeye realizes that Wolverine's not gonna fight, what happens?
He's like, you know what? I still need you to look at the map for me. And so Hawkeye's like,
How does he not
Wolverine
know
be-
the map by now? I mean,
he's still blind.
yeah, but he could just tell him
Ain't in
what
Braille.
it looks like.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he can't. He's blind.
He's
no,
blind.
he can tell him what it looks like.
What?
Logan can
Can tell him what?
tell Hawkeye what it looks like.
It looks like just darkness
Just
all the
keep going.
time.
straight.
That's a fan.
No, I'm saying he can tell him what the map looks like.
Yeah. Do you know how incredibly difficult that is? You should. You're directionally challenged. Imagine you see complete darkness and Wolverine, a guy who doesn't really want to be there, describes a map to you. You've been in the car. I don't have a license. I'm a passenger princess. You've been in the car with me where I've had to describe go left, go right.
Yeah.
Isn't Wolverine?
But it's like it's because I'm picturing it like it's this huge like Mad Max fucking desert and
It
it's
is.
like cruising through.
Yeah.
So like how hard is it? You just gotta go straight for like mad long.
Nah, you think you survive going straight
And then he
into
could
Mad
hear
Max.
good.
Yeah,
right?
imagine being blind driving in the Mad Max
Guys,
road.
I've
Nothing
driven-
bad's gonna happen.
Witness me!
I am
You
driven
Because I can't
blind.
witness myself.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. If he's gonna fucking bring a guy around,
You're
then
gonna
why
hit a cliff.
Why is he driving?
Anywho, issue 67. So they defeat the Ghost Riders and they make it to Hawkeye's hometown where they meet Hawkeye's third ex-wife. That's Tanya, Peter Parker's daughter. And it's revealed that Hawkeye's daughter, Ashley, has been kidnapped because
And it's
she's...
hot as fuck.
What?
Hawkeye's daughter.
Oh, Hawkeye's daughter is banging.
Yeah, Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
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 That costume is great, too.
Dude, yeah, I
love
know.
her costume.
Steve
Paying homage to her
McNiven definitely had fun drawing
I
Well,
literally said that to him earlier.
Yeah, what did
when
you
I was
say when
reading
you were
it.
talking about
I
the
was just like,
women?
all these guys, when they're drawing the women in the comics, have like hard bone. No,
This guy loves what he does.
Yeah, it's intense.
The
Like I'll
superheroes
give
are
it to
super
him.
freaks.
Yeah, I know. It's like Dave Gibbons drawing Dr. Manhattan's
Super
dick.
freak.
Yeah, oh,
Super freak.
Guys, I'm
Here's
just
a butt
coming to work
crack.
today. It's dick day.
So we're going to have asses everywhere. It's fine, all right? Giant asses.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you! I'm gonna have an ass in every background. It's gonna be an ass ground.
It's transcended, okay? You just don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ashley.
Cheeks everywhere. I don't care. Fuck it.
So Ashley's been captured. So Hawkeye and Logan go, you know what? We got to. Well, Hawkeye goes, I got to free Ashley. Logan's like, fine, I guess I'll join you. Ashley. So issue 68. Kingpin's the one that captured Ashley and her two friends.
This one's brutal.
Great
Great issue, though.
Great issue.
This is the middle act, right? This is about middle.
Yeah, this is getting to the middle.
Because it's a 6-part.
It's a 8-part. So this is 3.
I read through it like butter, man.
I know, dude. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I
Every
can't
time
believe
I
it's
read
not
it.
butter. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like butter. So Kingpin is kind of like, he's like Marcus Aurelius in like Gladiator. He's just like
Or Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
he looks like Marcellus Wallace.
That's what we said. Too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go medieval. Bring out the dinosaurs. That is literally medieval.
Seriously.
BYOD, everybody.
It's crazy. He feeds like her two accomplices 2 dinosaurs. We see the new Daredevil and the new Punisher get eaten.
Yo, insane.
Oh, they're new. They're not Matt Murdock.
No,
Frank
no,
Castle?
I think it's someone just taking after them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes
Oh,
that's a little
really?
less hurtful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I knew that before I went through all the pain.
Yeah, I just.
Oh well.
So the Hawkeye and Logan, they break Ashley out where Hawkeye kills all of the Kingpin's enforcers. He uses a sword here, and it's fucking legendary.
And I'll be fine as long as they keep making noises.
Exactly.
It's hard or not. It's like a quiet place. Imagine Hawkeye and that shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
He would dominate.
did you say this on the podcast already? Where like he's an actually blind guy, not like Matt Murdock.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Exactly. Like Matt Murdock has echolocation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
a dolphin.
Hawkeye
Yeah.
became blind.
Hawkeye
Hawkeye.
became
Yeah.
blind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawkeye actually can't see.
Why did he get glaucoma?
I think it's a genetic factor. I don't know. Maybe his parents
Medical
had it.
marijuana
Brunch
card.
MD, please
Yeah,
tell us.
I don't know why people get glaucoma. There was too much pressure on his optic nerves.
Honestly,
But Brett, why did he get
honestly
it?
though,
Probably
that's
if he was like squinting so many times. Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
See, you knew more than you thought.
We have discussions at this table.
Yeah.
You're a gosh darn doctor.
Oh yeah! I can't see.
That nerve was being processed.
I can't see shit.
Hello, Lou Ferrigno, you cannot hear shit.
We balance each other out well. Hey Lou, can you hear me? I'm saying fuck you.
The Hulk should have been me. I will be governor of California.
Lou, are you governor? I'm governor. No.
After that, I will be Wookiee.
I could have been Han Solo if I wanted to. That's not how you use the Force.
After we see Kingpin, we see the arena, we see these guys get murked by dinosaurs. Then Hawkeye helps break out his daughter. But
Twist.
What happens with his daughter?
Daughter kills Kingpin, the Marcellus Wallace Kingpin. Reveals
Brutal.
Never wanted to be a hero because Hawkeye's an absentee dad and a dick, and she hates him.
Why would you want to be one if that's what you had to look up to?
And then she tries to kill him. Very Oedipus.
Yeah.
And Wolverine goes, God damn you, Hawkeye, for making me do this. Gives him probably one of the coolest exits I've ever seen in comics, where they're in the buggy and he grabs him by the arm and they burst out that window. God, it's so cool.
Bro, this is before they ever made Furious 7.
Yeah. Oh, man. Definite inspiration. Then they have to do that chase where they had to do that chase where 50 dinosaurs and a bunch of cars are chasing.
Yeah, issue 69.
Yeah, baby. That's where it starts off, right?
Read this at 420.
Yeah. Because 68 ends with them escaping, and pick us up at 69.
Yeah, so 69 is where this is where we get the Mad Max scene, where they're being chased by all these bandits and the dinosaurs, and these things called Moltoys. They're like these weird.
Oh, there's some scary things.
They are scary.
They're creepy.
They
I don't
are
like them
creepy.
all. They kind of remind me of you see like I Am Legend.
Oh,
Will
yeah, the
Smith.
zombies.
Those
I
actually never saw
things.
that.
You never saw
Really?
that? Oh, good Will Smith movie.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Really
it's
good.
solid.
I heard
they're
it's
doing a
good.
sequel.
Legendary.
It's really good.
But those the things in there.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
it was like that
They
kind
were
of vibe.
creepy. Have they been in other Marvel stuff?
I honestly, this is the first time I knew about them, but I'm sure anytime there's Mole Man and Fantastic Four stuff, I'm sure they're in that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
also say something in this where I don't know what the continuation of the continuity is, but Hawkeye and Wolverine, when they're driving, they say, hopefully Reed and Sue Storm just show up and save the day like they always do. I don't know what ends up happening in this universe, but as I'm looking at the Negative Zone opening in the Midwest, which, who has the Midwest? Or who has Texas? Because you got Hulk has the West, Kingpin has the Midwest.
Ted Cruz has it.
Ted
I was
Cruz has
gonna say like Trump, and I didn't want to bring up politics.
Well, yeah,
And then you did. We both were on the edge.
Yeah,
like,
I
about to say someone.
I guess
that's
it's
so
unarmed, but the Negative Zone opening looks to be somewhere in Texas-Alabama border. So if they were to reappear, I would assume it'd be somewhere there.
But that was a great when he's like
never
maybe the.
went-
Oops, sorry.
No, they never went back to that, right? The whole like theory of that with Storm.
No, because Hawkeye kind of shuts it down. Like Logan's like, I hope they come back and save the world. And Hawkeye's like, it's kind of too late now.
Yeah, he said, look around.
It ain't worth saving shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no optimism in this book till the end.
It is the most violent, depressing, just shocking
For a character who you could go,
comic book.
there's
but
nothing-
it's so good.
It's so great. And with Wolverine,
and it's so humorous. There were
it's
parts
very
I was
funny.
laughing.
They
Yeah.
have a great balance. Wolverine is
It's a good
such
buddy
a
cop.
sad character
Yeah. He
is.
who's been through so much.
Bub.
And you go, it can't get any worse, bub. And it gets worse for him every panel.
Do you know what I was
end.
thinking
'Cause
reading
he's
this?
trying to do the right
And maybe
thing.
this is kind of, I
What's
don't know
that?
why my mind went there, but I was kind of like, I kind of see where Adrian Veidt was coming from in Watchmen. Because,
Yeah.
like, if this is what Veidt imagined, like, the world would look like if there was nuclear war, just like a desolate wasteland, and it's just, like, destroyed, I'm like, do I think Veidt was right? Of course not. But I kind of get his perspective.
Yeah.
Interesting thing to think about.
I was just like, this is kind of like
It's
what he
this
envisioned.
or the squid.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
that unites
it's
us.
the trolley problem.
Yeah, the squid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trolley problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the alternative. Yeah, you're right. Very poignant,
That's
Mr.
crazy.
Birnbaum.
Yeah, wow.
Very good
Thank
point,
you.
Niles.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, wow.
I concur.
Wow.
Do you concur?
I concur.
Wow.
I concur.
We concur
We
to your
concur.
statement.
Oh, thank you.
All around concurrence.
We are-
Comment below if you concur.
We concur with these statements.
There's just I concur. I concur. I concur. I concur. I concur. That sounds like I kick her. That's not good.
I concur with what these people have to say.
I concur. It's weird. That's like the Mike O'Kane.
Yeah,
thing.
Mike. If you
Yeah.
you say you could do a Michael Caine impression if you say my cocaine.
My cocaine.
My name's Mike O'Kane.
My cocaine.
Michael.
And now, if you want to do a Billy Tim Johnson one,
oh, don't give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away.
I was gonna say
That's
you
your
have to
secret
wait.
sauce.
Oh, that's for live shows. Live
Yeah.
show. If you haven't seen her, your life's about to get separated into 2 chapters.
Yep, Billy Tim Johnson universe
BTJ.
and reality. Those are the only options.
Your BTJ.
Come be part of the tribe.
So the tragic event that led Logan to put away his claws. So when the villains attacked, Wolverine slaughtered them all to save his friends because he couldn't find his friends anywhere, but he sees all these villains and he takes
When
them
he's
all
at
out.
X Mansion, and then
It's
they
at
just-
X Mansion,
they
exactly.
burst through. What do they got? They got Doc Ock. They got
Everyone's there.
everyone.
Sinister.
Yeah, this is
Green
like
Goblin.
Code Red.
Yeah.
Code Red. Yeah.
Omega Red.
Omega Red. Yeah,
Yeah.
Omega Red. Yeah.
And the big one he fights with is Bullseye. And that
does not go down.
We fought
each other for an hour. Just kept taking chunks out of each other.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the Bullseye fight where he realizes
it was Jubilee.
It was Jubilee. How the hell did that happen?
And we all cheered. We're like, yeah!
Yes!
Finally, she's
No
gone!
more fireworks!
Stupid character. Take out Sunspot next. Yes!
Well, that's going to start to look like a pattern of a crime there.
Oh, never mind.
How did that happen?
So after the Bullseye starts saying to Wolverine, why are you doing this to us? You're supposed to be our friend, Logan. And that's when he realizes that it's Jubilee and the curtain is pulled back. Wolverine realizes he didn't kill any of the villains. He killed the X-Men. And there was only one villain there, and it was Mysterio. And Mysterio used his abilities to make Wolverine think he was fighting villains. And he messed with his entire senses. He made it seem like they smelled like villains, like they weren't the heroes. But it was just Mysterio, and Wolverine killed all of the X-Men. And he's crushed.
Yeah, I mean,
the shot of them when he realizes that it was the X-Men he just killed, where you're looking at it and there's just broken wood, and Gambit he has no arm, Beast is impaled, Jubilee, who he's holding and always looked at like a sister, he's completely mortified by her.
Scott's there.
Scott is there, gone. Storm is completely lifeless. Someone's decapitated. I can't tell who he decapitated, but like
this is brutal.
This was his home.
Absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
And he's crushed, understandably.
Yeah.
And he tries to kill himself. He gets in front of a freight train.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
But he says he killed Wolverine.
He killed Wolverine, exactly, and he was just Logan. And so after Logan tells Hawkeye, Hawkeye's like, yeah, I get it. I get why you buried him.
Never mind, bud. Yeah. Enough of the trauma dump.
And then there's not even like a moment for a breath until a fucking Venom dino just is like, what's up, bitch?
This is where Tarantino entered the comic.
Yeah.
He's like, so I'm gonna take the Venom symbiote and I'm gonna put it on a T-Rex. It's fine. It's fucking fine.
We're gonna see a
It's gonna chase him. Yeah, right after the entire confession.
And it's funny
that really
when they're
fucks him
running
up.
from it and they're like, what is it? I don't know. A T-Rex with a Venom suit on it. Can you start shooting it, please?
Why do I have to still ask you? You're the one who can see, bub.
Yeah, I know. So they're just like, all right, well, if this is how we gotta go, this is how we're gonna go. But then a Deus Ex Black Bolt comes out of nowhere.
Yo, yeah, what?
Yeah, what a Deus Ex Machina. Black Bolt just shows up and kills the T-Rex and the Venom symbiote.
Yeah.
And they realize that Black Bolt and Emma Frost married, and they're
Emma Frost has a bit of a red woman thing in this too.
She does, yeah.
Did they not like her? I couldn't get the vibe. Were they not invited to the wedding?
They like each other. They were adversaries during the heyday of the X-Men. She was in the
Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those Hell Angels.
Mm-hmm. And Logan feels that she kind of let down or maybe it was Hawkeye feels. No, I think Logan feels he let down the X-Men.
Logan had animosity toward her. He just didn't trust her because he had the most interactions.
Yeah.
I mean, she always did the dirty double cross with the X-Men.
Oh yeah. She's like an evil, not as powerful Jean Grey.
Yes.
Wow, that was boiled down to
great
perfect.
analysis.
Perfect.
Cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Kowalski.
I feel whole now.
And she can turn her body into diamond for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last thing.
Yeah.
She's a 24 karat bitch.
So Logan and Hawkeye reach their destination.
You guys kind of listened. Wow.
They reach their destination. They meet with Hawkeye's contact to deliver the package. And there was no way these guys were going to be good guys.
What's in the box?
Yeah. What's in the box?
Steroids.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to make a superhero team. And it turns out what they've been transporting is not drugs, but super soldier serum. So these guys who were looking for the super soldier serum, Hawkeye's contacts, they're not heroes. They're actually SHIELD agents working for the Red Skull. So they shoot Logan through they riddle him with bullets and they kill Hawkeye. But they don't know that Logan's Logan. They just think he's this dude that was with Hawkeye. And so then
he's not wearing the name.
He's not wearing
A retired NFL player.
I mean, they're SHIELD agents. They're clearly very bad at their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they work for Red Skull?
They work for Red Skull.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's Congress for you.
Oh, bureaucracy, am I right?
Yikes. The true villains.
Yeah.
Term limits.
Red Skull in the White House? No way.
We had
need
that
blue.
before.
We know the true villain is the term limits.
With Hydra. Beautiful moment. Hydra's a good people. You look at them.
So issue 72. So this is where they spotlight on the Red Skull. So he's the U.S. president.
That cover in 72 with him in the cap uniform and that he continues to don because
because he's a kinky little bitch.
He's such a little sad.
But it's also he has this trophy room with the Iron Man armor, the everything, and he's in the White House.
He's in the White House,
which is like the most damning thing in that fight. And the last words Captain America has to hear.
He's
like,
crying as he dies.
He's crying, and he goes, and guess what? I'm gonna do it all from the American White House, bitch.
Oh,
everything you've ever done is pointless.
He's the last person what Cap wants in the White House.
And he goes, I did it. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
I put more butts in it. I don't care.
They're going to be pictures of feet everywhere.
He goes, when he's telling that, he goes, the Abomination wants California, Doom wants the Bible Belt, and Magneto wants Las Vegas for some godforsaken reason. And I'm like, because he's old.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to be in Florida, and old people love casinos.
They do.
Like Magneto, I'm just going to make all the coins attached to me.
Yes,
I'm going to win every game.
I know, they have so many nods about Magneto being old. They're like, Kingpin killed Magneto because he's old.
They're like, he's aged out of it. He's not murderable anymore. It's just not fair.
Logan gets to the White House, right? To face off the Red Skull?
He faces off with Red Skull because they take the bodies, the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents take the bodies, and they show Hawkeye's body. But they're like, there's something weird going on with Hawkeye's accomplice, and they realize it's Wolverine, and he kills all of them, and he starts fighting the Red Skull. But he's losing because he's not using his claws. And that's what he does. The best thing.
Grabs the shield.
So good.
And then Cap goes, Skull goes, fuck.
Yeah.
My one weakness.
Yeah.
Shield. And then Wolverine just, what?
My one weakness.
Shield.
America.
Wolverine takes that motherfucker and puts it through his trachea, decapitating the literal head of the snake.
Red Skull is seeing black. Oh, yeah.
Decapitated America.
Nice.
Yes.
Great shot.
It's
Great
such a
shot.
good, that's such
And
a
then
good fucking
he gets
full
the
circle.
Iron Man armor to get back home, and he puts it on, and he goes, Jarvis, go fuck yourself, bub.
And he flies back home. He's got this suitcase of money. He's going to be set for life. He finally makes it back home, and his neighbor's there.
Neighbor's there to give him the news that the Hulk family got bored, showed up, and wiped them all out, and he has to look at their bodies. And when they're looking at him, you see the shotgun pellets in his face, and he starts to heal. And they zoom in on a panel of one on his cheek that's starting to heal. First time we've seen him use his powers in this show or in this book, aside from him getting shot by the goons. Then we see that Wolverine is back, and then we really see.
And what does he say?
What
The guy says to him, Oh, sorry.
He goes, I know what you're capable of doing, man. He's like, oh, I picture him like Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Hey guys, you don't want none of this. Logan, just stay out of this. Just keep away from these incestuous hillbillies.
And then we get the next panel of the proper spelling of the claw pumped. SNIKT. Shint! Or how would Walken pronounce it?
Snacked.
He takes out the claws. You can snip.
It was sharp.
I don't like when he takes out the claws.
Hey, no way, Apollo.
No, the claws mean
You
business.
think I can't say snip?
He goes on his final mission. He's back to being Wolverine to go take out Banner.
Because he says that to the Jimmy Stewart guy. He goes, it's not Logan.
He goes, it's not Logan. I'm Wolverine now. And the gamma radiation over the years has started to poison Bruce Banner's brain a little bit. If you're asking yourself, why is a hero gone so crazy? The gamma radiation over time has made him crazy. If you didn't get that, fucked his sister, cousin.
My first cousin. I want to be specific about that, okay?
She-Hulk. No confusion.
She-Hulk, me fuck.
And
Let's not forget We-Hulk.
That's a callback.
He's a French Hulk.
Oh my gosh.
We-Hulk.
We Hulk. You are nice and
but only if
great.
that Hulk have croissant.
Oui, smash, smash.
We can't forget about our allies, the We-Hulks.
I must get a cigarette break.
And he cigarette between fight. He shows up to fight Banner. Basically, what happens?
Yeah, so because he just eviscerates
He
all
kills
Banner.
everyone
He
in the
kills
whole
all
trailer
Banner's.
park.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And
He kills the dudes in the sewer.
he kills everyone. Yeah.
up, down, and sideways all around. Nobody was
Underground,
safe.
above ground. You don't want no part of this, Dewey Cox.
Round down.
You don't want no
Wounded
part
dog.
of this, Dewey Cox.
If you shoot a wounded dog, you better not miss.
You can't get addicted.
You don't want no part of this. It makes sense
What's
even
this?
better.
Mutant claws.
It turns your
strong, and you. What's this? It's adamantium skeleton. He'll make you invincible, and you'll be impervious to death forever. It sounds hurtful. You'll never die.
It'll turn your bad feelings into good ones.
Forever.
I would like to try that, please, Mr. Stryker.
I will take 2 to go.
And he's going to his big face-off here.
Yeah.
Is
No.
Banner, after he kills all the Hulks in the trailer park, he goes up against Banner, who is in human form.
And he orchestrated
Strong
everything.
as shit. He orchestrated it all because he missed the days of the
Because
old
he was
fights.
bored.
Because the first appearance of Wolverine is in a Hulk comic where he's sent by S.H.I.E.L.D.
Something like that.
or something like that to take out the Hulk because he was the only one strong enough to do it. And they ended up becoming friends in those era.
And their fights are so good. And
the best. And Banner's whole thing here is like, we haven't had these fights since the villains got together and wiped all your asses out. So I did this all for you, motherfucker. Let's get it.
this is why Hulk is one of the best villains in this, because I love villains that just do shit because they're bored. Those are the most evil. I'm like, it's
Do
always
your
good.
evil laugh. That is literally a soundbite from some shit.
So good. That's
Yo,
gonna be
it's
a
so that
soundbite.
like echoed in my ears, dude. I like that.
I
It'd be a
lo-
soundbite in things.
Welcome to rock bottom.
That's what I do when I climax. Yeah.
Miracle hasn't happened more frequently.
Yoba Goya.
Oh my god, Jesus wept.
That's not kosher.
This is kosher.
I heard you have a Jewish cousin.
Yeah, is it your first cousin? Because that's all I can fuck. I want real direct bloodlines. No mistaken on 23andMe. Okay, it was her and me.
Well, even
But yeah.
Hulk was ready to take the girls from the brothel and start repopulating with them.
Oh my
after
god, yeah, they were
Wolverine
destroyed.
Yeah.
There was a pair of legs that I didn't know where they were coming from.
Yeah, that was pretty disgusting.
That was Tarantino.
yeah.
No ass, legs everywhere with feet. You know how I feel.
There's a panel that Steve McNiven wrote. It's fine. Okay,
Women
it's
who
not
are
weird.
looked at as objects.
That's the most toes I've ever
what
seen.
happens in his face down with Banner?
So Banner is kind of holding his own in human form.
He's strong.
He's
as hell.
pretty
He got
strong.
Hulk powers. You know how much it takes to punch Wolverine? And knock him
Seriously.
back?
Was he wearing overalls?
Probably.
Did I make that up? In
You
my
always
head?
focus on the weirdest details in these books.
I also
This is
like,
the end of the
and,
story, and you're like, what was he wearing?
hang on 1 second.
This is what happens when we put a woman on the show.
I'm pretty sure that Hawkeye was wearing Ray-Bans. I don't know. Hawkeye
Was he
looks
wearing
like-
overalls? And can we get back to April O'Neil,
How
the greatest
many-
heroine in the history of fictional media?
Her costumes were always 100% cotton, so they were tight.
Okay, I have 8 minutes. Find out if he had overalls on or not.
I look. Continue while I look.
No, he had shirts and wife beater.
Okay, no, suspenders. He's in suspenders.
So not overalls.
No, yeah.
Like I said.
that is still, but that's still pretty solid.
But they're not overalls.
Yeah, but that's
I don't see any denim.
Hawkeye thought they were overalls. All right.
Hawkeye's dead.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
and
dead.
He's blind. He's not dead. He's
So
blind.
he's not going to heaven.
I want him dead.
Wait,
Dead.
that actually.
I want him dead. I want
Hawkeye-
Iron Man dead. I want Ant Man dead.
Hawkeye getting shot in the head like that literally did remind me of Hank in Breaking Bad, though.
Yeah, do what you.
Like, it was
Wolverine,
like, but,
yeah, the man is the best at whatever he does,
Yep.
and he made up his mind 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Do what you're gonna do.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Wolverine kicks Banner's ass, but Banner just turns into the Hulk, and he's a
Because
weird
he
looking.
stabs him through the chest, and he goes, "Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." Remember that from the Hulk show?
Oh yeah.
And then he becomes super fucking Hulk we've never seen before, and he goes, "People piss themselves when I get angry."
And he fucking eats him.
Eat Star Wolverine.
I like when they piss themselves so I can drink it after I
Yeah,
eat
this will be a meal.
Slurp it down.
They'll be full with protein, and he turns him into ribs.
You're gonna be a protein
And then,
shake.
Can we get a little Shirley? Things were going a little too well for you, Banner.
Things are going a little too well for you, Hulk. Because when Kenneth Parcell Hulk comes and visits the Hulk at the end, and he goes, "What are we going to do, Pop? You don't look so good. Did you eat something?" And
We're gonna
Wolverine
fuck
pops out and goes, It wasn't something, but someone. And he has he rips out of it like that girl in Invincible.
Yeah.
Rips out of the Hulk, and then the epilogue is his funeral, where he's laying rest to his family. And before he leaves the cave, there's a baby Hulk, and he goes, "You're not gonna kill the baby, are you?" And you just see the baby in a cradle with the claws shadowing over him. Then it cuts to the funeral, and it was very Anakin Skywalker-esque with the younglings and the lightsaber. We just assumed they didn't want to show us killing a baby, even though we've seen a lot in this book so far. And after the funeral, they go. He goes. One of the greatest lines he had was, he said something beautiful, and they go, "Where'd you learn that?" And he goes, "From the same man who taught me." Who taught me to forgive myself, meaning
Hawkeye.
And
Tony Robbins. and then we have the back shot with him revealing he has very Grogu style the little Hulk on his back, and he rides off into the sunset, and he goes, "They're gonna kill you if they see you." And he goes, "Well, they killed me 50 years ago, bub, and I got better. Learning it's not what happened, but how you healed it," which is a beautiful story for Logan. And he rides off into the sunset, and realizing life happens because that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, and it's implied that he's going to go after the remaining bad guys like Doom.
Right.
Oh yeah. He's on the revenge road.
And it's a book that if you've never read it, I guarantee you'll pick it up and not put it down because that's how good it is.
It's so good.
You can't pause it because you're like, I need to know what happens next.
Yeah, and they just have a fucking curveball every 10 pages.
Yeah,
and,
and the artwork is incredible.
Yeah,
artwork is incredible. You compared it to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, with the map and stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's
with
kind
the
of
map, with the don't get attached to one character too hard because you might lose them.
because you're gonna it's gonna be red wedding all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, literally everyone dies in this except Logan.
Yeah,
very true.
Which sucks though for him because he honestly, he can't really die because he regenerates so quickly.
Well, he'll eventually die of old age.
But that just sucks that even if you want to kill yourself, you can't.
And Logan he dies because he got older and his healing powers ain't what they used to be, right?
And he was killed by the clone of him who was able to use adamantium.
Yes. Oh yeah, so adamantium. It's like lightsabers.
Yeah.
Probably would attack him in, but
like an adamantium bullet would probably take him out.
Yes. Yeah. Well, did he get shot with one in that Wolverine movie that came out in the 2000s where it made him forget what happened?
Oh yeah. Was that an adamantium bullet?
I don't know.
It probably was.
Bullet, but Kate Beckinsale, I think that was who was in it. She had that power.
They wreckoned that movie though because it was so bad.
Really?
I know. Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. I mean, it kind of sounds.
I just want to say on the record though, Kate Beckinsale crushed it in that movie.
Did she really?
I thought she did a great job in it. And Kate, if you're listening, I want you to know I think you did great in that movie. Kate was so good. I loved Kate in that movie. They could have built a whole universe around her in that movie alone, and I was really upset that they didn't. She was great. I hope she gets another shot at Marvel characters because she deserves a second chance. People deserve second chances.
This is so layered.
It was when I started talking about it.
Leaf Schreiber actually is very good in that movie.
Yes.
Brad.
It took me a second to pick up on the Kate Beckinsale. I was like, I mean, she's okay. Okay. There are layers.
Wow.
You think she was okay? I thought she was stand up. I really do. See what happens to you when you don't believe in the Beckinsale?
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber was great, though, but it's not even him as Sabretooth now.
I know. It's the guy from the original one.
Yeah, while Brett's picking up the pieces of this, I'm going to conclude our pod.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for letting us be the best of what we do. And what we do is talk to you, true believers. Until next week, check, please.
To me, my X-Men.